LCAagency.com.
It's time now for the Lafayette Christian Kia of LaGrange Saturday morning quarterback show on Eagle 1023, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com. Let's go live to the showroom at Kia of LaGrange to give you the inside scoop on Lafayette Christian football.
Good Saturday morning. Welcome. I'm Greg Hicks along with Nate Shaw from Lafayette Christian School, and coming off a well-deserved victory, hard-earned victory the other night against Harvester Christian School, and you guys 26-20 victorious, but you're also kind of raising some money for cancer awareness with a pink out game, right?
Yeah, we did. Thanks for bringing that up, Greg. We had a Harvester Christian. That was actually their idea when we had agreed to go and play them. They're not a region game. They're sort of a non-conference game for us. They're part of our association, so it's always good to play those teams. But they're out of Douglasville, and we'd never played them before. And they came up with the idea that the October being Breast Cancer Awareness Month, that they wanted to do something, and so many schools have done now. It's become, I don't want to say the trendy thing, but of course it affects so many of our lives. We want to raise money and help defeat the spread of cancer and the treatment of cancer and things like that. So they got together with us, and we sold T-shirts, and we had a good turnout. And I didn't get an exact number, but we were able to raise a significant amount of money, and that money went to a local organization here in Troup County called Breast Friends for Life. And so we're happy to be part of that. And for the hometown fans, Lafayette Christian pulls out the win, 26-20.
Always nice to have a win.
That's right.
Especially when you're either at homecoming or you're trying to raise money and you got an event going on. But
yes,
it's nice to win anytime, but particularly when you're putting a lot of extracurricular effort into different things.
Exactly.
Well, so tell us, give us how the game went along. I know the first half was kind of all Lafayette Christian, and kind of give us a scenario.
Well, the typical Chaucer type, the tale of two halves, tale of two cities, tale of two halves. We dominated the both offensively and defensively the line of scrimmage in the first half. Had some great play, some great individual efforts, but the offensive line really punched in our first touchdown. We were really able to grind it out on the line. Had a great individual run based on some good blocking from Sean McClendon in the first half, a really long touchdown run for him. One of our fullbacks and juniors, a really great game for him. Defensively, McClendon is our middle linebacker, we call him our shark linebacker. And he just roams the middle, and he tries to eat everything up. And he does that, and he eats it. He's an angry shark.
Now tell me who Sean's dad is.
Sean McClendon.
Kelly?
I think so.
Well, then I know Sean. We used to I still go to church together. But he was just a wee pup way back then.
He's a little less wee.
He's a shark now.
He's a shark now, and he was gobbling up the middle of the field. They could not move the ball in the middle of the field.
Wow.
We had great pursuit. We had great tackling, both on the offensive and defensive line. Went up 20-0 at halftime. It was, and once again, tail two halves. So we just kind of, they executed better. I'll give Harvester Christian credit. They executed better in the second half, but it wasn't anything that they did differently. And they were just making plays, and we were a little bit complacent, I would say. And we had a couple of offensive drives that stalled, and sometimes that carries over onto the defensive side of the ball. And it's gets that momentum going in the other way. And Harvester Christian comes in winless, and we had opportunities to sort of, crush them, step out, cut the head off the beast, and really take control of the game. And we weren't able to do that. And there was some silly penalties, and we had a couple of turnovers in the second half that set up a short field for a score, and the momentum really started to shift. It gets tied up 20-20. And we needed a few plays to come up and happen, and then that happened. We had maybe 3rd and 12 from our own 20-yard line or so, and we call it IMAX, which is just a crossing route with our two ends, and we have maximum protection. We leave the other 5 guys in.
I got you.
And we had tremendous blocking. Our quarterback Matt Brown, who's really nursing a shoulder injury. Had all day long to throw, and we hit Big Caleb, and on a crossing route, and he just ran a fantastic route, got great separation, and just beat the coverage. Matt put a great ball in there, and Caleb has great hands. And he got that ball in his hands, turned it upfield, and he was gone. And he was not to be caught.
Makes you feel good.
And it was just a great execution by us when we needed it the most.
Mm-hmm.
And we turned around, got a great special teams turnover on the ensuing kickoff, which sort of killed some time. This was late in the fourth quarter.
Right.
And then we needed one defensive stop after that, and we got it.
Well, we talked about, getting a little complacent. But that's good, especially if you win, because it kind of sets a tone for these guys to talk to themselves and a leader stand forward and come out and say, guys, take a deep breath. Let's regroup. Let's focus and get this thing done. We know we can. And in life, that's a good lesson in life. And that's what I've always said about team sports, and particularly football. It's one thing about other sports, but in football, you all have a significant role in each and every play. And if you take a break, it may affect the whole outcome of that play. So you got to give it 100%.
That's right.
And it's good for you guys to take that and to come back in the second half and do what you needed to do.
That's right.
With that, we're going to do something we need to do. We're going to take a break right here. You're listening to Saturday Morning Lafayette Christian School Football. I'm Greg Hicks along with Coach Nate Shaw. We'll be right back.
Jesse Licht here from Kia of LaGrange. Did you know the Kia Optima Hybrid gets better highway miles per gallon and has a lower starting price than Accord, Camry, and Fusion? The 2012 Kia Optima Hybrid starts as low as $24,900. Oh, by the way, the Optima Hybrid holds the Guinness Book of World Record for lowest fuel consumption in a hybrid vehicle, which averaged 64.5 miles per gallon. All Kia products are backed by Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Visit us online at KiaofLaGrange.com to help support your local economy.
We're open at 8, so don't be late.
To all the high school seniors in Troup County, Collision Autocraft Auto Body Repair would like to salute you on your accomplishments. Now that you're driving, Collision Autocraft would like to offer these safety tips. Wear your seatbelt. Avoid talking on your cell phone while driving. Don't text and drive. And always keep your eye on the road. Collision Autocraft has too often seen the results of careless driving. Drive safely and have a bright future. Don't forget to like Collision Autocraft on Facebook.
Caring about people, building relationships, supporting our community. At CB&T, it's what we do, day after day, year after year. During our 71 years, we've worked hard to be the bank more people in Troup County trust with their money. So it's probably no surprise that we have 3 local branches and more ATMs to serve you than any other bank in the area. We're CB&T, familiar faces and a welcoming smile. CB&T is a division of Synovus Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Chicken lovers, listen up. All across East Alabama and West Georgia, they're heading to Dairy Queen on New Franklin Road in LaGrange. Why? Because the spicy chicken strip basket is at Dairy Queen for a limited time in October. 4 strips of chicken, customer choice of fries, tots, or onion rings. I personally like the tots. Texas toast, dipping sauce, all that at a great price. You want some delicious chicken, you got to get the spicy chicken strip basket at Dairy Queen, New Franklin Road in LaGrange. It's so good, it's ridiculous.
In this moment, who had your back? Do you know the name of your insurance agent? Does your agent know your name? Or would you call a 1-800 number that connects you with who? Another state? Another country? Get a local independent insurance agent with auto owner's insurance. Someone you can call when bad stuff happens to your car, home, or business. In this moment, get an agent who'll protect you in that moment. Auto owner's insurance. The no problem people.
Mallory Agency, 301 West Harrison Street, LaGrange. Visit them online at MalloryAgency.com.
They're going to put us in a Kia. If before this is over with, Nate,
okay.
You and I, we talked about this for several weeks now.
Okay.
And Coach Kendall and I talked about this last year. But dadgummit, we're going to have to get in a Kia, and this man over here is going to have to make it happen, and that would be Coleman Weiss.
That's right.
The man in radio in LaGrange, Georgia.
What are we going to call it? A perk?
A perk?
Sure.
Yeah, we could do that.
Just call it a perk.
Yeah. I mean, if we do this for him, it looks like he could do that for us, right? Come on. All right. Tell you what.
I'd drive one home. I tell you what, I would.
I would. I like that blue in there. I was telling the folks earlier, man, that thing's all leathered out. It's an Optima. And if you guys haven't, no pressure out here. One of the things that I've learned about these guys, there's no commission sales reps. So they're out here to treat you nice,
That's right.
to be friends with you, to accommodate your financial needs, your budget needs. And, if you just want to come out here and just browse, I'm just window shopping. They'll leave you alone. They'll answer any questions you have. There's no pressure at all. But if you step into this showroom and you look at this cobalt blue Kia Optima that they've got, you might just fall in love with it because it is a gorgeous car, fully leathered out. It's probably one of these you can drive for the next 10 years because they have a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. And I don't know about you, but I could drive a car for 10 years and love it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's my style. And I do like that color a lot. That's a color that won't wear on you either.
That's right. But you know what? You guys come out and visit us. There's red and white balloons everywhere. They're actually having a good time this morning, and I know Arthur Ransom will be sitting here waiting on you to walk in. He would love to speak with you. And a lot of these good salesmen, Kyle Allen, I've noticed some of these guys that actually played on our Mud Creek softball team. So they're good guys. I wouldn't let them play if they weren't good guys. But anyway,
he's working the biscuits pretty well right now, too.
He does a good job.
That's what he's doing right now.
There you go. And speaking of that, we want to appreciate Chick-fil-A on the Parkway each and every Saturday morning, providing us with the Chick-fil-A biscuits. We appreciate that. And I was told by Jessica, the manager this morning, that I'm not going to steal your thunder a little bit, but in the next couple of weeks, they kind of the Chick-fil-A on the Parkway will kind of be a troop spirit zone, and Chick-fil-A on the Commerce will be kind of a LaGrange spirit zone. So it's going to be kind of neat to see that happen. But we're not here to talk about that right now. We're here to talk about Lafayette Christian. And, at the break.
Okay, our Spirit Night's next week.
That's where we're going. Let's talk about that. Talking about Spirit Night and the next game. You're at home against North Georgia Christian Academy.
Right.
It's somebody that you guys.
I think we played them once before.
Yeah, and so it's at home Friday night. You guys need to come out to Weissville Road Stadium or sports track complex. Man, if you haven't been out there,
just call it the Cougars Den.
The Cougars Den. I like that. That is it's a really. Years ago, that's where we practiced.
Sure.
And it is such a nice complex now.
It is really.
It's as nice or nicer than a lot of public high school football fields, if you will.
It gets less wear, so it's held up very well, and we feel we have the best playing surface really that we play on all year.
Yeah.
And we're very fortunate for that. And it's good. People like coming to play. At the Cougars, maybe not after a loss, but that's okay.
Well, we talked earlier this year about how we were playing in a raw cut pasture.
Oh man!
So this is kind of like
there was a big tree stump in the middle of the field. We did play literally. There was a tree stump in the middle of one of the fields we played on.
Yeah, I had to put a little flag out there to avoid it.
Oh my!
We've seen some of those, and it is sad. But years ago at Memorial Stadium in Columbus, it's a beautiful stadium.
Sure.
You get out on the field,
it was all sand.
Well, and you'd have a little pothole, and you're just like, wow, really? But no, you guys have really a nice complex. And, and next week you're talking about Spirit Night. So tell us a little bit about what you're going to be doing with that.
Well, Spirit Night, as far as Chick-fil-A, I was trying to drive spot.
One night this week. Look for the sign.
I want to say Tuesday. Look for the sign.
And that's a neat thing that they do for the local schools.
Come on, I'm trying to get synergy here, Greg.
No, you're right.
Synergy.
Let's do the Spirit Night. Chick-fil-A does a really good job at contributing to all the schools.
Sure.
And it's a wonderful thing. So anytime that you do that, most every night they're supporting some schools. But
that's right.
You look for the board this week. Lafayette Christian School will be supported on the Parkway, and that means that a certain percentage of their sales that night goes back to Lafayette Christian School.
Yeah.
And you guys your enrollment's growing each and every year with all the good things that you guys are doing out there and the reputation that you guys are getting, not only from an academia standpoint, but from an athletic and extracurricular activities. I think people are starting to look for an alternative as far as the traditional education lines. And
that's right.
And I think you guys are doing a wonderful job. And
I appreciate that.
You're growing, and it just helps that you got sports as well, because that's an attraction.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. But getting back to what you want to talk about is North Georgia Academy. That is senior night.
Good.
We have two seniors, Devin Alder and Jesse Sturmer, and they will be recognized as seniors and playing on a team that is they've played varsity all of their career here at Lafayette, and so we'll be sad to see them go in some ways. I know one of them in particular is who I like to focus on when I'm dealing with offensive line. He'll be happy to not have me scream at him until I'm hoarse anymore. But we'll miss them, and it's one of the things of coaching when you have and start to build relationships and see young men develop into men, and how you can help influence them in a positive way. And when they're down, because you got to face it, they're kids out in the field. We're asking kids to make very abstract and quick decisions when they're not quite fully mature. It's still part of the maturing process, and it's great to be able to come alongside them and help them out and see them grow. And it is rewarding. Sometimes it doesn't happen a lot, but sometimes those kids will come back and say, "Coach, thanks. You've helped me through some, to help me see and help me develop and help me mature." And that is tremendously rewarding, much more rewarding than any paycheck can ever give to you.
I totally agree with you. Hey, with that, we're going to reward some of our sponsors by taking a break and listening to what they have to tell you on the radio. I'm Greg Hicks along with Nate Shaw. You're listening to Lafayette Christian School football here. We'll be right back.
Here from Kia LaGrange. Did you know the Kia Optima Hybrid gets better highway miles per gallon and has a lower starting price than the Accord, Camry, and Fusion? The 2012 Kia Optima Hybrid starts as low as $24,900. Oh, by the way, the Optima Hybrid holds the Guinness Book of World Record for lowest fuel consumption in a hybrid vehicle, which averaged 64.5 miles per gallon. All Kia products are backed by Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Visit us online at KiaLaGrange.com and help support your local economy.
We're roughing it today, so don't be late.
To all the high school seniors in Troup County, Collision Autocraft Auto Body Repair would like to salute you on your accomplishments. Now that you're driving, Collision Autocraft would like to offer these safety tips. Wear your seatbelt. Avoid talking on your cell phone while driving. Don't text and drive. And always keep your eye on the road. Collision Autocraft has too often seen the results of careless driving. Drive safely and have a bright future. Don't forget to like Collision Autocraft on Facebook.
CB&T. With us, you're closer to what's important to you. Closer to home with 3 branches in LaGrange. Closer to your money with mobile and internet banking and 6 local ATMs. Plus, you can use any Synovus or Publix Presto ATM in the Southeast. Closer to people who care about you. Local people who make local decisions. We're CB&T. How can we serve you today? CB&T is a division of Synovus Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Some restrictions apply to mobile banking.
You love Blizzard treats. Your whole family love Blizzard's treats. And even though the weather is getting cooler, you and your family still deserves a nice treat. Fortunately for you, there's a pumpkin pie Blizzard at Dairy Queen. Nothing combines the taste of fall and refreshment of soft serve like pumpkin pie Blizzard. Pumpkin pie blended with vanilla soft serve, crowned with whipped topping and nutmeg. Get yours now for a limited time at Dairy Queen on New Franklin Road in LaGrange. It's so good, it's ridiculous.
Whether it's a car accident, storm damage, or a fire, when the unthinkable happens, it doesn't matter if you saved money in 50 minutes. In this moment, it doesn't matter if your neighbor has the same insurance you do. In this moment, what matters is that your independent insurance agent and the company that stands behind them have you covered. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. The Mallory Agency, 301 West Harold Street, LaGrange. Visit them online at MalloryAgency.com.
I'm just having a little fun here with Coleman Vice, and he looked at me like, I don't say that on the radio, but still taking donations from my wife's skunk bite if you guys want to contribute. Anyway, with that being said, and I'll have to tell you about it later, Nate.
Okay. I'll say a prayer for you.
For me?
Yeah.
North Georgia Christian Academy coming in next week
right.
at the Whitesville Road Cougar Den, if you want. I was going to say the Whitesville Road Complex, but it's the Cougars Den.
There you go.
On Fort Drive, off of 219 or Whitesville Road.
Right.
The locals know it, and you'll turn down on Fort Drive behind the Whitesville Road Elementary School, and it's back there toward West Georgia Tech's campus.
That's right. Or if you're coming down at Lucan Industrial, you go right in the entrance to the West Georgia Technical College where that sign is. There's a sign on both entrances. Mm-hmm. Follow that in, you'll see exactly where we are.
Yeah.
So really nice, secluded. It's a great place to watch football, too.
It is. You can – I can imagine you can either go out in the, I guess it would be the southeast corner of the end zone, mm-hmm. nice shade trees, and just kind of watch it on the lawn if you wanted to, unless you want to get in the stands and see it a little higher.
You could, yeah, but there's usually room in the stands. We do put a pretty decent crowd in there. We have a few hundred out there last night, so mm-hmm. it was good. It's nice to play in front of people and not always empty seats.
Well, we laugh, but there's some teams from south of us when they come up, they don't bring but 10 or 15, 20 fans. So
I know.
So, but that's good for you guys that you're
Yeah.
put the fans in the stands. And then we talked about, your senior night coming up. You've got a couple of guys you're going to be recognizing. I know, we all played football, and that senior night, that last season that
it's surreal.
That's it. It's like, wow. Like my coach told me, he said, you guys, this is about seniors. You play all your life.
That's right.
And the majority of you guys will never put a football uniform on again.
That's right.
And so when all of a sudden that sinks in, it's like, wow, you have an extra lift and spark, and you just want to go out there and play your best for the remaining times that you're playing. And so that may be just what happens, because not only you got that, but then you've got a playoffs coming up the next, hopefully 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah, we do. We have that playoff start on November 2nd. Will be, I believe that's the Friday. We will be probably on the road. We know where the 3 seed will be playing. Either we haven't determined the seeding yet. We'll be playing the 2 seed from the other side of our bracket, and it'll be either Heritage Christian out of Noonan or Praise Academy out of Atlanta. Mm-hmm. Either one of those teams, we feel like we just got to go up and play. We haven't been afraid of anybody we played against this year.
Right.
Physically and or talent-wise, we haven't always been successful, but that's kind of our attitude and how we're going to go out. In terms of this week, we'd love to end season 7-3 against North Georgia Academy. We feel we're going to get that lift from our seniors. And North Georgia Academy's won some ball games, and they're a young team. They're not very big. But they're very well coached and they execute well, and we're going to have to really bear down like we did this week and to pull out that victory. Mm-hmm. And I do want to recognize really a tremendous somebody who made a big play for us. They didn't show up huge on the stat sheet, but that was Jeremy Fain, who really came up with a big fourth down pass defense. He batted the ball down and it went up and challenged for the ball, and when he could have just sort of said back, I don't want to get called for interference.
Right.
And it was a huge play. And we didn't, usually you always hear the call for pass interference coming up, but we didn't get that. He made a great, clean play on the ball. It was huge for us. I'll throw out Eli Shepard, too. He also played. No, he's been a great kid for us.
It's
defensively.
A lot of times when a quarterback, the opposing quarterback, throws an interception, a lot of the fans, when they're focusing on the play, of course they're moving with the ball.
Right.
And they don't realize that the reason for that interception,
right,
it could be a hurry. You could have had a defensive lineman just in his face.
Yeah.
And that really gets unmentioned a lot of times and unnoticed from the fan standpoint, because that's just human nature to follow the ball.
Oh, absolutely.
And so it's nice that you point that out, because now I think your fan that's listening and will say, I'm gonna keep up with that next time. I don't always have to follow the ball. I may want to follow a defensive lineman one play or two just to see what's going on in his life.
Sure.
I know as a radio announcer, I tend to key on certain players because
right.
I do want to see what's going on between plays. With that, we're going to take a short break, and we're going to be coming right back, and we're going to be talking about next week and the future of football at Lafayette as far as the playoffs goes, and then we might even promote the school a little bit. You're listening to Lafayette Christian School football Saturday morning here live at Kia of LaGrange Showroom.
Kia of LaGrange. Did you know the Kia Optima Hybrid gets better highway miles per gallon and has a lower starting price than the Accord, Camry, and Fusion? The 2012 Kia Optima Hybrid starts as low as $24,900. Oh, by the way, the Optima Hybrid holds the Guinness Book of World Record for lowest fuel consumption in a hybrid vehicle, which averaged 64.5 miles per gallon. All Kia products are backed by Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Visit us online at KiaofLaGrange.com to help support your local economy.
We're open 8 to 8, so don't be late.
To all the high school seniors in Troup County, Collision Autocraft Auto Body Repair would like to salute you on your accomplishments. Now that you're driving, Collision Autocraft would like to offer these safety tips. Wear your seatbelt. Avoid talking on your cell phone while driving. Don't text and drive. And always keep your eye on the road. Collision Autocraft has too often seen the results of careless driving. Drive safely and have a bright future. Don't forget to like Collision Autocraft on Facebook.
It is Eagle 102.3, 96.9, 1240, and also on the World Wide Web at eagle1023.com. And I tell you what, we've got Todd here with us, and he's always making sure Kia of LaGrange is running smoothly. And I tell you what, today is no different. And I tell you what, a lot of fun going on here because we were just talking about the wonderful upgrade event that's going on here at Kia today.
That's right, and sort of what we got showcased. So you guys can come out on Lafayette Parkway. Just look for those red and white balloons that we got posted out for the upgrade event. If you currently own a Kia brand car, come on, bring it in. What we're doing is we're upgrading. You get an additional $3,000 for your trade just because you own a Kia.
There you go. And do you have to trade it in if you own one and this is going to be your second car?
No, you don't have to trade it in. Just show a current registration and a copy of your ID and driver license. That's how easy it is.
That's right. So you can upgrade another vehicle, and because you own a Kia, then you can do that as well, and then you can start being a true Kia family.
And that's exactly right. Even and we also got a little spin off this as well. Even if you own a Nissan, Toyota product, Honda product, bring those in as well. We'll also do the same thing for you.
There you go. Come on in here and take advantage of the upgrade event going on right now at Kia of LaGrange on Lafayette Parkway in LaGrange. And Lafayette Christian School and us here at Eagle 102. I also want to thank you to Kia Kia of LaGrange for letting us come here and do this wonderful event and do Saturday morning quarterback. And, of course, Chick-fil-A get a chance to have a place to put our biscuits because we sure do enjoy having these Chick-fil-A biscuits, and we appreciate you letting us come here.
Well, and of course, always, it's great for us, for you guys to come here, and again, for us to support the schools and all the kids out there. At the end of the day, these kids are our future, and that's what's so important to us.
There you go. It is Kia of LaGrange, Lafayette Parkway in LaGrange. I'll send it back to you guys, and we'll talk to you in a minute.
10 years old, 10-point buck. Does that mean he's going to kill 11 points when he's 11 years old?
Well,
Can you imagine that?
Doesn't the atypical tend to lower your score?
Who is the young man?
He's my nephew, Brock Swords.
All right.
My sister's Lacey, used to be Lacey Parrish, and then married to a dentist in Columbus, Steve Swords, Dr. Steve Swords. And I got a little picture right here, man. It's it ain't nothing like it, man. It's just the excitement that the young boy has, and those are the kind of things that you cherish. At the end of the day, that's what it's all about, man. Spending time with your family and just being together. It's awesome.
You never know what you're going to talk about on the radio here.
That's true.
That's right.
Football and Bucks. It doesn't
right.
matter. And speaking of Bucks and family, you guys need to come out here. I see people walking all over the outside out here, and they're even coming into the showroom, and it's neat. You guys come out and look at some of these Kias. Like I say, even if you don't intend on buying, whet your appetite, right, Nate?
That's right. They're a good-looking car. I really enjoy that.
Got you covered. Our producer is telling us what to be doing over here, Nate. Sometimes you get tired of that.
I actually know those symbols.
Okay,
so we need to hurry.
30 seconds.
That's right.
All right. Next week, Spirit Night, Senior Night. No, actually, Spirit Night at Chick-fil-A on the Parkway. You guys take a look, support Lafayette Christian School by going out and buying a ton of food at Chick-fil-A on the Parkway. Senior Night, Friday night. What time's the game start?
7:30.
7:30. Against Lafayette Christian School, against North Georgia Christian Academy.
That's right.
Following that game, hopefully sometime late Friday night, you guys will know who you're going to be playing.
That's right.
And that will either be Heritage Christian out of Noonan or Praise Academy out of Atlanta.
That's right.
The next Friday, we hope it'll be on a Friday night.
That's right.
But the first week of the playoffs, and three wins in the playoffs, and you guys would be champions.
That's right. We would, and that's the goal.
Yeah.
If you want any information more on the school, you can contact us at LafayetteChristianSchool.com for more information about the playoffs.
And, as far as that goes, when you're riding by, sometimes just pull in out there, go inside and see the facility. I think you might be impressed at what you see. $5 to get in a football game. You can't beat that. So you guys come out next Friday night and support Lafayette Christian School in their efforts to finish on a high, best season ever, 7-3, and continue into the playoffs. I'm Greg Hicks along with Nate Shaw. You're listening to Lafayette Christian School football. We'll see you next Saturday.
Thanks for listening to the Lafayette Christian Kia of LaGrange Saturday morning quarterback show on Eagle 102.3, WLAG 96.9 FM 12.
I want to know what's happening. What's happening?
It's just a cursory, hey, how you say a man on the street, hey, how you doing, man? Everything good? You really don't care, but you just say it because it's like conversation.
You should care. You don't care, man. You care about the brethren. You
know how that is. Not everybody cares.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Not like you.
Oh, that's why you got no reason to complain because nobody cares if you do have any complaints.
Right, but you really want to know what's happening. I'll tell you what's happening.
Tell me what's happening.
My wife is pregnant. Right?
Yes, I do know that.
You do know that.
I do. Tell me that.
But here's the deal. All right, when you're dealing with a pregnant woman, all right, it's all about biting your tongue.
Oh yeah.
All right. So how